Today on Primetime Local News, I'm joined by Tia Loftsgard, who is the Executive Director of the Canada Organic Trade Organization. Now, Tia, organic food in Canada has seen a 33% rise since 2017. What can be attributed to this rise?
Well, there's lots of social, political, and environmental context, I think, to put into it. But more that I think about the way that we were raised as the Gen X generation, we were learning about how important it is for us to take take control over the food that we eat, and really started to understand more of not just eating cheap food, really understanding the contents of where it comes from. So I think the more that we're seeing people learn about this, we are having this next generation just demand more and more. And the population is changing, and we're seeing that people are understanding that climate change is something that's very real and needs to be done. So organic is one of those programs out there that allows people to know that they're not contributing towards climate change, that they're doing the best that they can in regards to making an impact on their environment. Also, of course, people are concerned about what they're putting in their bodies. They want to try to avoid pesticides and GMOs and do everything they can to avoid artificial flavors and preservatives. So organic is kind of perfectly positioned right now, particularly with COVID, that we saw a huge increase happen over the last year. We were concerned, of course, just like any other industry, that there was going to be a food shortage, or that it was difficult to get people to come into work or the farms to operate as they usually would. But we actually saw that the industry was able to pull together, and most of the companies I know have really been able to meet that demand, and it continues to grow. So just since 2017, it's been 14.7% growth on the sales side of things, which is huge. And I think you can attribute really that social, political, economic context that's driving the demand. It was the millennials, and now it's the centennials that are the largest consumer group in Canada.
And all consumers know there is a variety of food labels that we have our choice from at the grocery store. What are some of the food labels that consumers are looking for the most?
Well, we do test this question every year so that we can get a sense of whether organic is still a priority for consumers. And number one thing that people look for in Canada is local. Second is Canadian. And then third is organic. And so considering that you can get a local Canadian organic product, I think that organic is well positioned. We do some testing around, non-GMO claims. There's a glyphosate-free label. There's a new label called the Regenerative Organic Certified that we also test. But the most out of the actual certification programs out there, organic is number one.
And in your guys' report, it shows that Quebec actually leads the country in organic food production as compared to, the typical food production provinces like Alberta, Saskatchewan, the prairies. Is there a reason why Quebec has seen such high numbers compared to these prairie provinces?
Well, I think if you want anything to grow, you have to have intention behind it. And the Quebec government has made a whole action plan called the Sustainable Agriculture Plan. They've put $25 million into ensuring that we move towards more sustainable agriculture over the next 5 years. They have adopted different programs which have very measurable goals to try and achieve, reducing the use of pesticides, preserving soil health, really moving towards more sustainable fertilizers that aren't mined. Their action plan really goes into a lot of detail, and it's tied into a larger government strategy, which is the 2030 Green Economy Plan. We don't see that kind of action coming out of the prairies right now. In fact, Alberta has lost a lot of their agricultural budget, and that's really impacted the organic sector. There's 0 people working in the government that are the organic specialists anymore. So it's challenging to have such a fragmented situation happening in Canada, where we have one province that's shining and then we have other provinces that are lagging. And so stay tuned, because we'll be releasing the State of Organics Performance Report, where we go into the details of what each province is doing to support organic and grow it, because you are seeing some shining lights, and I think that other provinces can learn from them. that it's been nothing but positive, because there's so much demand for organic. We will never be able to suit all the demand. We will always have to import some products because consumer demand, 66% of Canadians are buying organic products weekly. That's a lot. And when we think about the next generation, those that are between 18 and 24 are buying a 25%, sorry, what is it? 46% of millennial or centennials are actually spending a quarter of their budget on organic on a weekly basis. So it's not just, the adults, it's the kids, it's the next generation that are prioritizing their organic oat milk lattes.
Absolutely. Well, Tia, thank you so much for chatting with me today.
Take care. Have a great day.